Yo, what's going on, man? I'm your boy, Young Patriarch.
It's the Mono
Hey, welcome to the Kingdom Live. I said Kingdom Live.
Kingdom
Welcome to the
Angle.
Kingdom Angle, man.
It's live. We live, man.
We
Kingdom
live,
Angle is live.
man. For,
KAL.
for sure, bro. But we know everybody been talking about this black jobs thing. We see that that's they taking that and running with it. Taking Trump's words, twisting it, manipulating it, doing whatever they do to make him seem like the racist that they always trying to make him out to be. Um, but we know what it is, man. What you got to say, Mono?
Yeah, I'm sick to my stomach with all of this whole narrative. They've been stringing this along for years. I think since he came down that escalator, maybe months after that is when you start hearing them try to tag this on him. So, it's been 8+ years and we're just sick of it. They keep trying to take his words out of context and think that the American people are stupid and we're just going to fall for it when there's receipts everywhere. So, yeah, time's up on the media.
I like that. Time's up. Time's up. Cancel the media. Defund the media. Cancel them, man. Get them, get them out. Get them out of there until they start doing their job right. It's the media's job to inform of the truth, and
They're not doing their job.
they not, bro. They not. And when people not doing their job, I don't know about you. I don't like. I'm not. I'm not giving you my money. You know what I'm saying? Um, the thing is, it's the news. It's the news's job to
Yep.
inform the people of the truth, and the people take that information and do with it what they make. It's not the news's job to uh, indoctrinate or give you what they think is right, because now you are becoming what's the word I'm looking for?
Indoctrinated. I
Indoctrinate.
don't know, man. Misinformed. I don't know. At the end
No,
of the
I'm
day,
just saying.
there's a,
Well, I'm just saying with what the media is doing. They're
yeah,
controllers of the narrative. Let's say that controllers of the narrative.
yeah, yeah. It is definitely like a mind control thing, and there's a whole nefarious reason behind them doing this, and that's why it needs to stop. Because I mean, we said it in the last episode. This is a spiritual war. The media isn't what it appears to be. It's deep. There's a lot um, in-depth things that are happening as to why they're doing the things that they're doing on the surface, and so we're gonna crack down to it. We're gonna
Have
get
you
young
seen
angle.
Have you seen the movie Manchurian Candidate, bro?
So that's what Denzel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it yet. No.
Somebody was just telling me about it about a couple months ago, and like the day after they told me I wanted to go watch it, and bro, it's literally like what's going on now. So just to give like a
Oh
little
man, I'm definitely watching that now. I'm going to check it out tonight after we get off here. I'm definitely gonna watch
do
that
that, bro, because
for
I'm
real.
telling you, it's like they say a word. They say a word, and the main one of the main characters of the movie, like he just become hypnotized and do whatever it is that the higher ups want him to do. And it's like, and it's the same way, bro. Like the media, they say one word and people
Hmm.
just got it,
Hmm.
got it, got it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it reminds me of another Denzel. It reminds me of another Denzel movie called Fallen, with that spirit Azazel, and everybody touch each other, they become an echo chamber.
Right, man. I'm gonna have to go check. I haven't seen it, and
Oh,
so it's something
no
like
way,
I
no
haven't, bro.
way,
I'm gonna have to go.
bro. Listen, no, we're gonna have to do a reaction video on here.
Mm-hmm. Bet shoot to both the movies then, if that's the case.
Hey, let's do it, bro. Let's make it live, bro. And we can edit that mug down. But anyway,
For
yeah.
sure. For sure, man. Let's tap into this. Let's tap into this video. Black
All right.
jobs.
Black jobs. All right, here we go.
Black jobs. All right. Mute your mic.
What do you say to Black voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I don't blame them for being disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided for the
Which he calls.
idea that any Black family, first-time home buyer, should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home so they can get started. I made sure that we're in a situation where all those Black families and those Black individuals who provided had to take out student loans that were ballooning, that if they were engaged in nursing, doctor, and
What is he saying?
Bro, he just sound like he's just stumbling over his words,
Condition.
and
It sounds like he's speaking in the demonic tongues or something, bro. That ain't funny. That ain't funny.
it's dementia tongues. That's what it is. And, and it's not. I ain't making no. It's
We ain't
just
trying, bro. Yeah, yeah.
because I
You know,
seen a video of him.
I'm playful, bro. So
No, I'm just saying. I seen a video of him. Somebody posted a video of him like in 2012 in a debate, in a vice presidential debate. It's this is bad. What's happening, bro?
yeah,
This is really. I've been hearing people say elderly abuse, but after I seen that video, that's not. This is like he's like a shell of himself, bro. It's crazy.
right, right.
Meanwhile, Trump is still walking out with swagger. He still got that bass in his voice.
That you look, you see his face, bro. He ready for business. He ain't come to play. And I did see that. I did see that video that you were talking about. And actually, we might be able to bring it up here later on in the video. But I did see what you were talking about, bro. He was da, 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 da. Like he was even though he was lying and
He
saying,
just sound different.
bro, it just he feeble. He's feeble, and it's definitely time for him to step down. It's time. You got a lot of people who saying that they won't allow him, but I think too he just he himself don't want to come down. He himself doesn't don't want to come down. Um, but yeah, you just
It's a club, so they
anything
all
having to
have
do
these
with volunteer.
promises. Oh, my bad.
go ahead. You good? What you say?
I'm just saying it's a club. They all make these promises. That's why Obama's so quiet because it was already set in stone that Biden was going to be president next after Hillary, and she didn't win. So that's why they start thrusting him up. I mean, remember during the primaries, Bernie Sanders was killing him. There was literally no reason how they fixed their own primaries for Biden to win.
Hmm.
And so if they did that and they knew that they cheated, and they was even saying it on their own side, hey, they cheated these primaries. But the 2020 election couldn't have been rigged. Okay, but okay. Yeah. All right.
Volunteerism. If they paid their bills for 10 years on their student debt, all the rest is forgiven after 10 years. Millions have benefited from that. And we're going to do a whole lot more for Black families.
Thank you, President Trump.
And he caused the inflation. He's blaming inflation, and he's right. This
Off the rip, he coming in and he caused the inflation. Like, bro, keep it a buck though. Like, cause you bring up inflation as if it wasn't your problem. We got to be honest to say what was the actual cause of this thing.
But you know that their talking point is, oh well, it was inflation because of COVID and the mismanagement of how Trump managed COVID, and our economy got shut down, and so they're gonna blame it on all that, and that's just it's a losing argument. At the end of the day, it's a losing argument with them. But yeah,
But that's really not true though, because I like one thing that I've heard people say that this was mishandled on all sides. We can't just say this was solely his fault because we literally seen where they they brought Dr. Fauci before Congress and there was a lot of stuff that was revealed. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, hey, let's if we gonna keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck. You know,
for me, if I'm gonna keep it a buck, I think the whole mishandling narrative is a narrative that they created because
Mm-hmm.
we don't believe Trump mishandled it. I don't believe he mishandled it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe so. That, you know, at the end of the day, we watched them censor information that Trump was trying to put out. You know, like the hydrochloroquine and no, the hydroxychloroquine, the prophylaxis and the therapeutics. And then, you know, just stuff like that. We've seen them censor the doctors and stuff, and Trump never put a mandate. They try to mandate us with these vaccines. Even Kamala Harris during the vice presidential debate against Mike Pence, when asked if, you know, she'd take the vaccine, she said, if Dr. Fauci, I think we can find this video. She said, if Dr. Fauci tells us to take the vaccine, we'll take the vaccine. But if Trump tells us to take the vaccine, we ain't taking the vaccine.
Mm.
And I'm just like, how is she getting away with saying idiotic stuff like that? Like, it's the same vaccine. So because this person say you take it, and he's not even mandating it. He's just saying, hey, here's something. If you feel like you need a vaccine, this is an option. Here are therapeutics. Here's an option. But he's
Right.
putting out options.
Right.
Also, about the vaccine, there were several vaccines. So Trump was trying to be at Operation Warp Speed ahead of the game because
Right.
obviously these companies are money. It's called business.
Right.
So we start learning about Moderna. We start learning about Pfizer and the biggest lawsuit ever in medical history that's been filed against them because
Right.
of the stuff that's going on with them. And I don't want to get into much details. We don't know what, you know, what lines we're gonna cross. But at the end of the day, we start learning about, because once you start learning about, you know, that there was an option of vaccines. You could take a Moderna one, you could take a Pfizer, you could take, see, Trump was working with Johnson and Johnson. They were coming out with a vaccine. And obviously when they got him out of office, that cut that out, then they took over. And then
Mm.
now you saw sponsored by Pfizer, and you got Pfizer vaccines, and you got Moderna, and I think there was another one I can't remember. But those weren't any of the companies that Trump was working with, you know, to put out a vaccine.
Right.
But again, that information was censored. You went through a huge censoring time, bro. That was crazy.
It was. And you even remember when Twitter, when they had the people from Twitter go before Congress. And this was before Elon Musk had came on the scene. And they were basically telling the people in so many words, like, yo, we were somewhat biased towards certain information. And even Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan's show and basically was saying that the government had its hand in in telling him to censor a lot of information. I wonder what that information, you know what I'm saying, really was. But hey, the stuff is out. The stuff is out there for you all to go. For you all to go do your research and look look up. We we're doing what the news not. We bringing you the facts. We bringing you the truth, the information. It's up for you to do with it what you will. It's up for you to do with it what you will. Let's tap back into the video.
Exactly.
Inflation, and he's right, it's been very bad. He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody. It's killing people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't. You look at the cost of food where it's doubled and tripled and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Thank you.
The thing that's so crazy for me about all this, bro, how people trying to make this thing so racist. And I talked with you about this earlier today. But if we're going to say that him saying black jobs was racist, then we gonna have to call out everybody on that panel or that was at that place, because in the terms of what they're deeming as racism today, it's when it's when white people are not calling out um the systems of oppression, and they are participating in it due to their white privilege. And so what I'm saying is that, yo, if Donald Trump was there and he said that, and Joe Biden ain't call him out, this woman ain't call him out, or the other man ain't call him out, then according to the definition, this new definition that they got on racism, you all have to call everybody a racist. But they won't do that because that's gonna kill their whole narrative and this whole thing that they trying to do. They don't want to call, they don't want to call Joe Biden a racist, even though it's been proved time and 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 time again that this dude is literally that. But what's even more, and I'm gonna give the definition. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it now. This is why they try to call white people racist.
Do you understand that as a white man, you do not have to apologize for being white? You just have to acknowledge the racism that happens around you. That is all.
What racism happens around me?
Let's say that a racist police officer shoots me, right, and kills me, right? For you to be a white man and you see that and don't say anything about it, I believe that my community would be upset about that. Now, all you have to do as a white man, you don't have to get on the internet, on Twitter, and say, I'm sorry for being white, but you should at least acknowledge the racism that happens around you.
That's literally how these people think, that if you don't call it out, you're a participant of the racism. So therefore, in fact, that makes you racist. So again, my point to that would be, and they let this go on without acknowledging, like, yo, this man said black jobs, that's racist. They racist too. Let's call it for what it is.
Right, man. It's to me, it's just it's all silly. It's all silly, you know. I, I I'm always going to get sick to my stomach hearing us human beings identify with each other like this. Now that I have, my eyes have been open to this whole thing, when I can take, something that's actually black, like this thing right here, and put it against my face, right, or that, and say, am I black? And I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to come out and I'm going to start putting pictures or doing things on TikTok and just putting things against my face and just put it, am I black? Am I black? Am I black? Am I black?
That'll be a dope video.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just really sick of this dysphoria, bro. Like, it has proven over and over and continues to, prove in multiplication over and over again, that it's going to continue to divide us rather than bring us together as a species.
Big facts, bro. And there ain't nothing that come out of it. You and I both know that when it came to identifying with the black culture, it always had to do with an experience. It never had to do with your skin color or really where you was from. It had to do with the experience of you being black in America. And what that entails. You got two strikes against you. The police are out to kill you. You got to work twice as hard. The white man got his foot on your neck. All these fear mongering tactics, all these things that held us back as a people. And we literally see it today. We see it especially in the rap culture. We see it in the black culture at large. You can't even think differently without being labeled a coon Uncle Tom, they don't even know who he was, but a Sambo or whatever the case might be, um, without I forgot where I was going. I forgot where I was going with that, but at the
No,
end of the
you can't. Yeah, the thing is, you either gonna get labeled, or they're gonna categorize you, or they're gonna use, like you was using earlier, these fear tactics, or call you that you're a hater or a traitor. But at the end of the day, that's when you start realizing, wait a minute, I'm part of this human race. I was born with a brain, just like everybody else on this planet. Hey, I don't care. I don't want to be part of any uh a club that has exclusivity. What is that? Exclusiveness. Things
right.
that will exclude certain people because either their skin tone or their mindset, or you not wanting to be part of a wrong monolithic thought.
Facts, facts, bro. That's bondage, man. You know, just because I want to go hunting, or just things that black quote unquote black people tend to see, differently, and they sit up there and say, oh well, you know, you ain't black, like, eating healthy, or actually wearing your pants up on your butt, or actually speaking proper English. We speak English, reading books or whatnot, and you get a lot of people. I know I got this coming up, and I know people. I know people in the comments, oh, well, you ain't, how you gonna make us try to make us look bad or whatnot, bro? This is what I experienced. You can't take away from me my experience. I know what I experienced. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, at the end of the day, if you're gonna get comments, people are gonna tell you your experience. They don't care about what you say your experience is. They're gonna tell you what your experience is, and what your experience is. You're kidding yourself if you think your daddy Trump is gonna do this, that, or the other, whatever. We don't care about that.
But bro, what makes me so mad about this whole black jobs thing is that, and I played that whole video to get more context on what was actually being talked about, because they focus on the black jobs part, but they don't look at the inflation, which Joe Biden himself brought up to try to act like he didn't do it. And Trump came right out the gate to say, yo, this was his fault. And I got some facts for you right here, but it says Trump's inflation rate, the highest, the highest, it was at a 2.6%, and that was October of 2018. So usually when the presidents get in the office, they usually say the first 2 years are the president that came before. I don't really know how much I necessarily believe that, but at the end of the day, 2000, Trump got elected in 2016, 2018. That's 2 years. So that's 2 years afterwards. Inflation was at 2.6%. That's the highest that it got. Well, with Biden in 2022, he got higher than 2020. In 2022, inflation, the highest it got was at a 9%, bro. No, and these are the things that we just kind of gloss over or whatnot. Like Trump said, that stuff quadruple. Now, I give Biden the fact that inflation now is at a 3.3%, and they said it's been like that for around about a year now. But don't you? I find it quite funny. I find it quite funny how when election years start to roll around, that's when it seemed like some common sense start coming into the heads of these people. Biden now want to talk about stuff like closing and border, stuff that we've been saying for the longest. You
Right.
know,
Now
you
you
know,
want to talk about the border.
yeah, and so I look at stuff like that, or when Kamala, I remember reading somewhere somebody said that always around election time, that's when the Kamala and them start pulling out their hot sauce and putting it on their greens and they chicken.
Same book. Yeah. We out here in these streets. It's literally the same spirit behind the hot sauce in my bag. Same thing. It's sad, bro. It is. It's sad. It's like Yeah, bro. It's sad. 50 years.
Oh my gosh.
I think, I was born in 82. So they had already had this stronghold on black people. So I was born into this. You know what I mean? It was so bruh, that's why I'm right. We about to tackle this, bruh. We about to tackle this down.
We was wanting to show y'all videos of people actually saying that their jobs was being taken by immigrants because that's actually the case. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of people trying to make light of it and saying like one of these black jobs waiting for an immigrant to take my position or whatever. But there's tons of videos of people coming out and saying that these people are taking our jobs. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go look up one. Yo, if you all want to hear some good content, get over to this podcast, Jordan B podcast. This is my wifey, my boo thing right here. Um, uh, but yeah, she talks about, and this is a woman calls out, was it Mayor Eric Adams for pandering for black votes, but she also mentions in this video how illegals are coming over and taking jobs. So I mean, I don't think that it's a stretch by far. You know what I'm saying? Especially if people are speaking on their experiences. We can't negate that.
Full of truth. Check this clip out.
But only only talk to black people about voting. And that's what you're doing up in here today. Pandering for votes to all of these students up in here. You're sitting on your hands, literally, and then you're going to be disrespectful and walk off the stage. But you want our vote. Sir, we've been voting for 60 years, and we haven't gotten a damn thing from you, or Joe Biden, or Kamala Harris. We haven't gotten anything. Sir, what? No, because I'm mad as hell, sir. 60 years we've been voting. What have we got other than being at the bottom class? And this clown here is gonna sit up here and give us this Baptist preacher antic show, and we buy and see, but I hope you're not buying into that bullshit. I really hope you're not buying into it. Because that is disgusting and disrespectful. And come up here and charge you guys for coming in here to see this shit show, and then not only that, you guys being charged again off the tuition. Do you know that? I'm pretty sure you don't. So, with that being said, I seriously hope that you guys don't go to the poll and vote for no more of these fuckers that sit in office ain't doing a damn thing for us. But these legals getting $7,000 in DHS. Did you know that? They getting $7,000 a month. Food stamps, vouchers, e-bikes, scooters. They taking jobs away from us. Y'all sitting in here in Congress paying all this high-ass tuition and probably won't even be able to get a damn job when you graduate. Because guess what else? They haven't told y'all. The certification attached to your degree, you're going to need certification to go with those degrees. And if you haven't checked it,
That's TT right there.
Well.
That's TT right there, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
This
the double standard, bro. The double standard, the hypocritical nature of this whole thing that we're going through right now is it's unnecessary, honestly, but that's how it feels. I'm like, why are we going through this? Why? Because it's so blatant. And honestly, people are starting to see it even more and more. This whole thing. I've seen videos where people are like, they're just propping up all these black men as MAGA Trump supporters, but it's just a small number of them. It's just a small, they just continue to say the gaslight, try to come up with a narrative. I think people are just tired of it. And so go ahead, bro.
I was gonna, you know why though, bro? I'll say this, and you may have another viewpoint on it. But things won't change until we as a whole can acknowledge that black people can be racist. And of
Well,
course,
I'm gonna acknowledge that because I don't believe that there's a black race. I don't believe there's a white race. I believe there's only one race.
for
And so
sure,
my belief is there's literally no way that a human being could be racist unless there's another race of beings that are here on this planet, which so far I'm unaware of. So this whole racist narrative is just a social construct that has been created to divide us. As we continue, if we continue to participate in it, as long as we continue to participate in it, we keep it alive. I think what we should show is that Morgan Freeman video when he's talking to Don Lemon. When he's like, how do we get rid of stop talking about it? Stop calling me a black man. I'll start calling you a white man. We're human. You know, there is no black. I've never seen a black person on this planet. I've never seen a white person on this planet. So I'm my whole stance moving forward as God continue to grace me with day by day on this planet is to live free from I've been free from many chains over the years, and I believe this is another one.
well, the thing for me is being honest to say that anybody, I guess to say anybody can be hateful. So I thank you for your correction. Anybody can be hateful. Um, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your skin color, because at the end of the day, we witness people, quote unquote, our supposedly skin color be hateful towards us because, and we talked about this earlier, but because we didn't think the way that they did. And so in that way, you was, because racism, all it is rooted in hate. It's rooted in hatred, you know. So if we, let's go a bit further. Let's go a bit further and stop looking at the term racism, but just look at simply hatred. You know, whether you hate me because of the color of my skin or you hate me because of my ideals, at the end of the day, I feel we have to be honest to say that anybody can be hateful towards anybody. I think the problem is that when you do call it out for one group of people, they try to justify that. Well, they was this way towards us, and so what are you saying? That makes it right? That makes, because two wrongs never made it right. You know what I'm saying? Two wrongs never made it right.
What's crazy is when Whoopi Goldberg almost got fired from The View is when she said something with some common sense. She's always pushing the whole race narrative. But when she almost got let go is when she said, when she's talking about the holler, it's human beings being killing other human beings. It's human beings hating on other human beings.
Oh, bro, you made a good point. I forgot.
They almost let her go. They almost let her go. I said, whoa, she's right. And even Trump supporters looking at me like, she ain't. Yes, she right. Listen to her. That
She,
is right. It's human beings killing other human beings. Human beings hating on other human beings.
let's go to that
That's
one real quick.
that's
It literally says Whoopi Goldberg suspended from The View after Holocaust comments. Literally what we're saying right now. Literally what we're saying right now in terms of just acknowledging that human beings being hateful towards other human beings, because that's the truth. She almost got canceled for that. That just go to show that you can't speak the truth on mainstream media TV. You can't speak the truth, bro. You gotta push that narrative. You gotta push that narrative. You gotta push. Let me stop. But you gotta push that narrative, bro. You gotta push that narrative, even if you don't agree. It's crazy because she 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 spoke from the heart on that. She spoke from the heart and what she really felt, and it was like, nah. We ain't
Right.
doing
MK Ultra medicine is wearing off.
the Manchurian Candidate.
Breaking news overnight. The View co-host Whoopi Goldberg suspended for 2 weeks for her comments about the Holocaust. Ariel Reshef has the story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, George. Though Goldberg has apologized, her comments sparked a firestorm, some seeing this as a troubling sign of fading understanding about the horrors of the Holocaust. This morning, ABC News suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks in response to her inflammatory remarks about the Holocaust. ABC News President Kim Godwin saying in a statement, effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments. The entire ABC News organization stands in solidarity with our Jewish colleagues, friends, family, and communities.
If you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
On Monday's show, the host of ABC's The View inaccurately claimed the Holocaust was not related to race.
It's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about. Whoopi Goldberg.
Goldberg appearing to double down on the Colbert Show that night.
The American experience tends to be based on skin.
Yes. And so that is what race means to me. When you talk about being a racist, I was saying you can't call this racism. This was evil. This wasn't based on the skin. You couldn't tell who was Jewish. They had to delve deeply to figure it out.
Then tweeting an apology, saying in part, the Jewish people around the world have always had my support, and that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I have caused. And the next day, opening The View with this.
I said that the Holocaust wasn't about race, and it was instead about man's inhumanity to man. But it is indeed about race, because Hitler and the Nazis considered Jews to be an inferior race. Now, words matter, and mine are no exception. I regret my comments, as I said, and I stand corrected. I also stand with the Jewish people, as they know, and y'all know, because I've always done that.
So we can stop right there. Wow, bro. Wow. And I knew that, but I actually forgot it caused so. I guess I didn't know that I didn't know she was suspended for 2 weeks. I knew they were causing a major uproar about that. But bro, she spoke the truth, and you said that it wasn't about race. And what's the woman's name who asked her? Well, what is it about then? She said, when Whoopi Goldberg said, "What? It isn't about race," and the woman said, "Well,
Joy Behar."
She said, I guess that's her name. She asked her the question. She said, what's it about then? But that go to show you literally right there, literally we just exposed the media, that they push a race narrative, because we just said that humans can be evil, that humans can be inhumane towards other human beings. Got nothing to do with race, because literally, and you and I talk about this all the time, but I'm finna speak in the black liberal language, but it be my people, skin color folk, who be quick to do me dirtier than white folk, and that's the black liberal language. My own folk who look like me be quicker to do me dirtier than what a white. And bro, I've literally had white people give me the shirts off their back to help me in situations, bro. So how can I sit up here and act like all of them are racist? I've had so many quote unquote white people, Caucasian, Europe, whatever you want, American or whatever, do so much for me, leave me in tears before, bro, because I was so blessed. And that's not to say that black folks haven't given me the shirts off their back, because they have as well. But the point that I'm getting at is to act like one group or set of people just outright hated me and wanted me dead, when another group didn't. When we literally hear this stuff in the music daily, for me to sit up here and act like that it can't be hate on all sides, I'm being disingenuous. I'm being a liar, intellectually honest, whatever you want to say. But wow, bro.
Right. And that's the other thing is what that does for me, I'm learning being an individual is where it's at. Because I was born. Me is me. So that means when God made me, he threw away the mold. I'm my own self. I have my own autonomy. And that's it. I don't belong to a group or anything except for Christ. And so for me, that's the most liberating thing is saying, you know, we want to label and we want to say, okay, because my skin tone is this, I'm supposed to act this way, I'm supposed to look this way, I'm supposed to talk this way. Bro, I am just one person. That's it.
Yep.
It stops there. It stops there. So you can try to identify me. Oh, you're a black. No, I'm just Jermaine. That's it. I'm Demano. Look at me, my character, my individualism. I am going to make decisions based on what's going on up here and not what's going on or what I feel like I should be connected to based on something as shallow as a color of my skin when I have all these brain cells going on, when everybody's brain cells look the same color.
Speak, man. We need that message, man. We need to hear that because again, people get so caught up in this, oh well, I'm black, so I can't do that or I can't eat this way. Like what Lecrae said in the song. He said, I realize that I'm free. I realize that I'm me. The whole point of that song was he was saying in that song that I'm an outsider. I don't fit in. I don't fit in with everybody else. I'm not like the rest. You know, you just can't press a button and I go this way with the crowd. You know, I like to do things. I like to do things differently. And if that doesn't consider me black, you know, and it's been crazy things, bro, that I've seen nowadays to where people say, um, you aren't black. You know, if you put sugar in your grits, like, bro, really?
Yeah.
Does that matter, bro?
Right. You know, and that's the other thing is it really keeps you encapsulated in like a time period when time is moving and things are going on. People are marrying other people, cultures are diversifying and we're becoming a melting pot. And yet we have the media that wants to continue to play these identity politics with a population of people that is already melted together. It's 2024. So you got people who got all kinds of ethnicity in their ancestry. So they're everything that y'all want to divide. They're all one and the same. So it begins to become like this game of dysphoria. So which is why it's best to just raise your children as individuals. You are you, Tommy. You are you, Rachel, and you are you, Lewis. And you are responsible for what you do and you know and not for what a whole group, because that's the thing that weighs us down when we go out in society is that there's this stereotype on black men that, you know, 5 times out of 10 you may be a criminal or you may not have the right intention or you're this or you're that, or grab your purse or grab your kids, grab your rides, grab your husband, they raping everybody out of you know, all this stuff. I just went up the street. I'm in a predominantly black and Democrat area, and I seen, and this is the first time I've seen it. Today was the first time I've seen this, but there is an urban clothing store that somebody broke all the glass to, as well as a smoke shop right around the corner that somebody broke all the glass into. And you wonder why businesses don't want to come into these types of neighborhoods because the crime rates are too high, the businesses gets robbed, and it becomes a loss at the end of the day.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
Cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
Yeah. You know, I said, and it's probably get me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television, I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle. It's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it. I want to just go, this is over. Can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is the problem we have.
Hey, we're American. You know, I'm gonna stop calling you a black man. You're gonna stop calling me a white man. Another thing, while you're looking that up, is things that's in the culture that's double standard. I was watching this interview. I don't know if you heard of these. Well, you know these groups, Escape and SWV, and they own this. Huh? Yeah.
Of course, I'm black.
Of course, and so they're doing this Queens of R&B tour right now, and they did they went on the Sherry Shepherd show, and Candy, how you say her last name? Burgess.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know her last name though.
From the Atlanta Housewives, and Tiny, they were talking about playing spades. She's like, we like to play spades, you know. And then Coco was like, I don't know how to play spades. And everybody was like, oh, you don't know how to play spades? And then somebody, wait, what did you say? Wait.
We taking your black card.
That's exactly what they said. They said, Coco gonna get her black card taken away. You know what I mean? Or when Taj want to go to a safari to look at the lions, they call her white. They said, oh, she white.
Y'all can have my black card.
But it lets you know that it's a dysphoria. It goes deep. It has nothing to do with skin tone. That somebody that's supposed to be black because of her skin tone, but because she likes white things, like if a black person like to go skiing. My whole point is human beings are individuals, and you're gonna like something different than the next person. Not because y'all automatically not gonna like everything the same because y'all have the same skin tone. You know, I'm sorry, but there's a wake-up call. Not all black people like chicken. Not all black people like watermelon. And there's some white people who like chicken more than any black person would ever like chicken. And watermelon.
I do, but that don't make me black just because I love chicken and watermelon. And with hot sauce on my chicken.
What culture does not cook with chicken? Tell me. What culture does not cook with chicken? Hawaiians, they cook with pig. Black folks supposed to be a thing with black folk pork. I mean, like, you know, at the end of the day, human beings will eat. You tell me a black person that cannot go to an Asian restaurant and order something to eat, or go to a Southern restaurant, or go to any time. We all can eat each other. It's the same ingredients. We just put a label on it. I ate a Somalian dish, and I ate what was it? Indian? Yeah, an Indian dish. It tasted exactly the same. Indian, Somalian. They use the same ingredients. Maybe a few little things are different, but it was the same thing, bro. So, you know, as you get older, as you age, you start to learn, wow, human beings are just human beings. You know, what makes us ethnic and cultured is the places that we grow up in with the resources that we have, which is why, you know, some cultures are more diverse with coconuts than others, because they're not coconuts in that area in Russia or in Ireland or whatever. They're not used to coconuts like people in Jamaica or Haiti, you know. So it's little stuff like that. But not to say that a person who's born in Ireland cannot marry somebody that was born in Jamaica, and then they move to Jamaica and have a family. Now you have a family, you know what I mean? But and all that person knows that's a child of that Irish woman and a Jamaican man is Jamaica. We throw all of that logic out the door when we start to generalize and we start to group that. We don't consider that other people are born in certain various different situations, which makes us an individual. We're all individuals. We all have our own individual blueprint on how we got here on earth and where we're going.
It's sad because when when you look at these different ethnicities, all of them just simply have would it be African, meaning a person that came from Africa, or European, a person that came from Europe. You get to talking about the terms black and white, that literally ain't got no definition to it. But what's sad is that people are trying to attach definitions to that, and these definitions are negative, bro. These definitions are demonic. So when you talk about white or whiteness, all they just add to that is the dominating culture or the oppressor. And so literally that begins to affect your worldview. Now this stuff being taught in schools and everything, to where literally you see the white man as the oppressor. And it's like, yo, bro, like we just can't go along and make up these definitions and not think that this stuff not gonna have damaging consequences to it. For years, this has been what it's been. But and so now stuff is actually emerging, and they somewhat now are trying to make it official. Like if you actually go look up what white or whiteness means, might have been 20 years ago they didn't have that definition up. But now they have that they literally had a definition up, and it's like in Oxford or Webster. A lot of the stuff that we use in schools, you go and look up blackness now. 20 years ago, they wouldn't have had that, but now they literally got these definitions. So
Right.
it's crazy to me, man.
Yeah. They've come up with the whole language now that didn't even exist 20, 30 years ago. And on top of that, like you said, it's demonic and it's divisive. It doesn't serve us well as a human species. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They want to affect our worldviews, bro. They want to affect our worldviews.
They have to control the language.
Yeah.
We gotta stop using it. We gotta start using. Gotta start speaking Kinglish.
Kingdom land. Everything kingdom.
Black History Month you find ridiculous. Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
Boom.
That's
it. I know you as Mike Wallace. I know you as Morgan Freeman. You know me as Jermaine Mayfield. I know you as Roy Bagard. Did I say it right?
My last name, Bogart.
Bogart, Lord hell, it's French. You French, Bogart.
That's it. Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. We're individuals, and that's it. I should see you as an individual. I should see the light in you. I should see the individualism in how God made and created you, and the gifting and the calling for you. And it's specified, and we're all specified. We weren't born into this world into a group. I was born on my own. They cut the umbilical cord. My umbilical cord was just me. And even twins, you can tell them that they're so different. Now I look at Tia and Tamara Maurer, I can tell them apart. The sister, whatever, the Maurer sisters, they're so different. And I think you got one of them, the divorce on your page, because at the end of the day, we're all different. We all make choices on our own. And that's what I love about the American dream, is that it offers that individuality where we can look at each other as individuals and respect each other as such. One more thing, when I was in Australia, I realized when I would go to the shops, they call them the shops, there's a lot of Asian migrants there. They have no respect for space. You know how you can get on, when you get close enough to somebody, there's this, you just feel, okay, I'm invading your private space. They don't have that. They just be all up on you. You almost got to, you almost push them and say, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And the person, the Australian person I was there with was like, don't be offended. You know, I'm like, bro, I said, you don't realize I'm a Christian? If there were like hood Americans here and these people, they would be punched quickly. So, you know, the code, that's what I'm saying. I love the American culture because it really teaches us to be individuals and the respecters as such. So we all come from Adam and Eve. When God created man, he didn't say, all right, I'm gonna create the black man over here in this soil, and I'm gonna create the Asian man here on this soil, and no, we were all created through Adam and Eve, and then we dispersed out like that, but we all come from the same.
So we can't be mutts. But I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed this video, bro.
Yes.
What was I about to say? What was I about to say? I hope y'all enjoyed.
I was about to say, make America great again by casting your vote and subscribing to this channel and checking out the Kingdom Angle episode 3 coming to a theater. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna say handle that. But the one thing that I was gonna say was that we said all this. We said all this to say black jobs does not mean that there is a specific job for black people. Get that out your head. There's tons of material in here that we broke down for you to let you know that being black doesn't specify this or doesn't specify that. It don't mean this or don't mean that. It actually doesn't mean anything. We even discussed that as well. So we need you all to know that Trump, when he said black jobs, he was meaning that they're taking jobs from people who live here in America. At the end of the day, people who live here in America and who work in corporate America, their jobs are being taken by illegal immigrants. We got to be truthful.
Right.
We got to be honest. And again, if you're going to hold him accountable, you got to hold everybody there accountable that was there that night, according to y'all's definition. But man, let us know what y'all think, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, and we out.